to bring solidarity to Louise and this fantastic campaign today. I have been involved in a lifelong struggle for women's rights and issues. I'm a co-founder with Lesley for the Save Liverpool Womens Hospital campaign and an NHS campaigner. I'm co-chair of Liverpool Against the Cuts. I was one of the leaders of the poll tax as a councillor. I was suspended as a councillor because I refused to pour shit over the heads of other working class people. I was involved in the Lancashire pit strike and helped to set up some of the women's support groups. My sister-in-law led and was victimised at the Lady at Lord John sexual harassment case to get that organised in a union in the middle of Liverpool town centre. I helped to found a national campaign called Campaign Against Domestic Violence. I'm a member still of the Women of the Waterfront and the Dockers strike in Liverpool and a member of Left Unity. I am here to support Louise and all the campaigns against domestic abuse and for women's rights. And I just want to explain briefly, this is a long line of tradition and struggle. And Mary Beard, the historian on the telly, explains that repression of women goes right back to classical period. And ever since then, every woman who stood up, every group of women who stood up to challenge the system, the rebel women have been told, you're mad, you're out of order, behave. We do not behave. We do not bow to the system. We stand up and fight. There are millions and millions of women fighting across the world as we speak. There have been strikes of Polish women against reaction to take abortion rights away. There are women all over South America and Latin America. Indian women went on strike against rape on buses and in public and in private. The Chartists, early trade union women organisers, women levellers, the suffragettes were all labelled as troublemakers. But these women and all the unsung heroes of class struggle helped to get our rights, which are now being taken away. And as people have said, austerity, not just in this country, but all over the globe, is trying to take away every gain that women, along with working class men, have fought for. Not just in this country to take away the welfare state, but across the globe. And that is why 1% of the world's richest people now own 50% of the wealth, and they own more wealth now than they did in 2008. So we paid for austerity, and women have paid for 80% of austerity. So while men have suffered from austerity, it's been a lot about directed at women and children, and that's why the refuges are going, the libraries are going, public services are going, and the health service is going. And we know that misogyny, discrimination, sexual violence is being used as a weapon all around the world to carry out that austerity agenda. We've seen Trump. We've also seen in Greece the destruction of women's services, the health service, a massive increase in sexual violence, and women turning to prostitution because of desperation. The pay gap is widening, our wages are crap, our conditions are crap, and things are getting worse. But people have shown they're willing to fight, and we must defend everything and hold in everything we have. And that's why we support this campaign, and that's why for 3 years we fought to save Liverpool Womens Hospital, a specialist women's hospital that has services from genetics, IVF, maternity, obs and gynae, right through to the end of life. Because we know this hospital is part of the agenda, as we see the National Maternity Review, part of the agenda of the £22 billion worth of health service cuts that are being implemented as we speak. And we've had this campaign for nearly 3 years and staved off the closure of that hospital, and we will keep fighting. And that's why as well, I would urge you to support the Day of Action on the Health Service on February the 3rd, because all these struggles link together. We want NHS and public services, fund them now, the money's there, the billionaires have the money. We want our share of it. We want to end the system where billionaires can decide. We'll have a charity night and give you a few crumbs and grow the women that are there to entertain us, so-called. But also, we have to stop these cuts. We have to stop the SDPs, the ACOs, the ACSs, and all these ridiculous initials that mean break up and destroy the NHS. And we've also got to stop Labour councils pretending that these initials or another set of initials do not mean the break-up of the NHS. We have a Labour council in Liverpool, yes, a Labour council, pretending that they've got a name and it's not an ACS, it's not one of these organisations to break up the NHS. These Labour councils are delusional, they're in denial, and we say no collusion with the enemy. If you want to stand and represent people, represent them, don't sell them down the river. And the same Labour councils are the ones like in Liverpool, dishing out the dirt on ordinary people, dishing out the cuts. They're not even willing to organise a mass campaign to explain what is going on and build a movement from below. And other people, excuse me, have said that people are prepared to fight, and there have been some gains. We've got to bring all those campaigns together to defend and hold what we have, but also to change the world we live in. And at the start of the previous century, the start of the 20th century, there was a group of women textile workers in America whose average living age, they lived till the average of 26 years old. And they organised to get in a trade union. And they said, their slogan was, we want bread, but we want roses too. And I say, if you want to change the world, stand with the